After a rigorous electoral exercise across the country, where 28 states held their governorship election and 36 states, including the Federal Capital Territory, held their state assembly elections, winners have emerged. But 2 states, which includes Abia and Enugu, have yet to produce a governor-elect because the INEC officials have suspended their collation due to violence, alleged rigging, and the non-use of BVAS machines in some polling units. The chairman of Voter Education Committee of the Commission, Festus Okoye, said a review of the election in both southeastern states will be done before collation resumes and the winner is announced. Well, joining us in the studio to analyze this issue is a public affairs analyst, Muyiwa Ogunlaja. Good morning. Thank you for joining us on TVC Breakfast.
Good morning. Welcome.
Good morning to our dear listeners.
Great.
All right. We know you monitored the whole process. Yeah. Let's even begin from there before we delve into what's happening in Abia and Enugu. Yeah. What's your perception of how the election went across the 28 states?
Thank you. This year's election I would see as a watershed election. A remarkable departure from the past. In the past, personalities and political parties determined who eventually emerges as the winner. To the extent that people had the belief that put a dog down somewhere, that dog, because that dog belongs to that party, will win that place. I'm talking metaphorically. Yeah. But the last election has shown that that's not the case. Especially when you look at what happened during the presidential election and what happened during the recently concluded gubernatorial elections. You will see a movement, a drift from political party affiliation to individual politicians and the trust the electorate have in those politicians. A situation where you see people either too unknown, but because of the fact that they have helped their society, they have helped their immediate environment, the local people are no longer ready to leave them alone, irrespective of their parties, and they cast their votes for them. Nobody will believe that what happened in Kano will happen. When people believe that Kano was like that during the presidential election because of Kwankwanso, they believe that when it comes to the gubernatorial election, nobody can unseat Ganduje. It happened. Nobody equally believe that someone like Nnamani will not win the central election. Right. Nobody will believe that those 20-year boys and that girl will unseat a old speaker of the House for Assembly. Nobody will believe that. So people are moving towards the persons, the personalities, and not the political party again. And perhaps one of the mistakes made in Lagos by Labour Party, they forgot, they never knew that it should not be the party that will determine, but the personality that the party presents. So that's the remarkable difference. The second one is the youthful tsunami we have had. We have had a tsunami that, and the older generations of politicians have already been shown a yellow card by these younger ones. That is the first yellow card. When the second yellow card comes, it will be red. And that will be the end. And that will be the end. That will be the end. So it is a clarion call to them to sit up. Meanwhile, you are there, go and perform. We want to see what you have done. What is the essence of you saying that you are representing me? And the moment you have emerged victorious, you move from your place to this PCG. You move to Abuja. Nobody will see you. Your constituent service will be locked up. Only old drums will be there. Nobody will see for the next 4 years. And about 2 months to the election, you are now back. So go and do what? So that those days are gone now. People are now ready to perform. If you are ready to perform, they will vote you out. And the younger ones are there to take charge. Over. The only difference I have observed is that the younger ones are not ready to go through what I call tutelage.
Really? How so?
Yes, I will let you know. There is nobody who does not need mentoring. You need to be mentored. There should be your mentor. And you as a mentee must learn from your mentor. I'll give a good example. Look at the history of Lagos State. I'm talking about politicians. I'm talking about civilian governors, not military. With the first governor, Alhaji Lateef Jakande, before he became governor, he was an accomplice, he was a compatriot, he was a politician with Baba Obafemi Awolowo, good friend of Balage, the protagonist of the five fingers of a leprous hand. Another good friend of Baba Balage and co. He went through. He was even in prison with Obafemi Awolowo.
Okay.
He was in prison. He went through that tutelage. By the time he became the governor, he had been exposed. That experience there. When he left, another military president, another several governor that came was immediately Baba Otedola. Baba Otedola came, agreed, but this gentleman experienced in terms of business, the publisher of Compact Press, and equally had that Western region experience in politics. So when he came, he could make success out of it. After that, we immediately had Senator Bola Tinubu. Bola Tinubu was already a senator before he ventured into gubernatorial election. He had that experience, versatile in business, versatile in mobile industry, versatile in politics. He had that tutelage. He was tutored by Alhaji Daudu and co. in Lagos State there. Then he was very close to close to Chief MK Abiola during the Nadeco days. So he had garnered that experience. So ready to serve. Immediately after him, you have his immediate chief of staff, Fashola, who had served with him, who knew the nooks and crannies of government, who knew where the letter T's should be crossed and letter I's should be dotted. He was there. He had garnered the experience. After Fashola, we had that technocrat, double A, Ambody. He was not a politician, but he was in government. He knew the nitty-gritty of government. It was his superb coordination of Lagos economy that allowed Lagos to succeed when Basojo refused to give them allocations. And he did that with Tinubu. Then we have Fashola. People never knew that Fashola was a two-term commissioner in Lagos State. Sanwo-Olu, thank you. A two-term commissioner in Lagos State. Apart from that, he was the group managing director of Lagos State Property Development Corporation in Lokoju. Go to that LSDPC, see the way he transferred LSDPC. Again, he had garnered that experience. Now, he's represented. Now, look at our young ones who want to become governors now. Who are their mentors? What have they gone through? Which political school of thought did they go? Do you think I just come to politics and just grab it? Not even Lagos economy. No state can afford that. And that is why they need to be very careful. They must be ready to serve. They must go through that tutelage. I have not seen any newborn baby who will just walk without crawling. If I see one, I will run.
All right. I like the way you put it. But you see, they will also argue that the times have changed. Because in the narrative, you've taken us since 1980s up until now, those persons are a product of choice made by the supposed godfather or supposed leader who decides who comes in, who decides who become what, and all of that. All the youths we have now may not have that opportunity to be selected or to be the one to become either a commissioner or become a DG or become whatever, so that you can garner the needed experience before you become governor. So they are choosing their own path. What do you say to that?
You see, one of the reasons for the failure of Nigerian youth to have assumed their position of authority is the wrong impression, the larger-than-life attitude they are living. They always big castle in the air. They stare storm in teacups.
You dream big.
Yes.
Is that wrong?
But is anything wrong with that?
No. Get it right.
Okay.
There's nothing wrong in it. But when you become utopian, again, okay, when I was in school, I'm sure when you were in school too, when we left school, when I was asked the kind I would like to have, knowing my background and my money, I said a B2, which was about 1,005 then. Ask a boy from US now, which first car, he will tell you Bugatti. He will tell you Mercedes car. And knowing that his family cannot even afford a bicycle.
But he can work to afford it someday.
Listen, someday, that is the tutelage period. Okay. Someday, they are not ready for someday. As soon as I leave, I want to go to VGC. I must have a building in VGC. I must have a building in Banana Highland. When someone first left the university, our dream was to get a building around Korodu where you can afford the rent. You see? That's the point. But we aspire for now. we are better off now. We aspired then, but we knew that it must go through. And that explains it. So until they are ready to serve, even I am a good Christian anyway, even God himself was orderly. He did not just start creation by starting with man. He started with lesser objects. Lesser, and then I've graduated to where let me create man in my being. That's it. So they should start it that way. Be gradual. Go to that tutelage. Be groomed.
But are we giving them the opportunity to go through this tutelage?
Very good. Are they ready to have that opportunity? I'll give you a good example. I know of one of them who at the beginning wanted to be the scribe, secretary of a party. And that was what he went in for. But the moment there was this, I can become the governor, they said, no longer the scribe, I want to be the governor. And my question is, how prepared are you? Do you think because you have succeeded in personal business, do you that to translate success in governance? Governance is huge. I must tell you the truth. It is huge. Governance I don't know, it's like a heavyweight boxer. It's like someone who is in every division and one bantamweight now challenging him. It's that suicide. So the point I'm making is that they will get there, and they are getting there now. In about 10 years' time, let us follow the history of those young ones, all those 21 years plus that are going to be us now. In about 10 years' time, you will see one of them will be a governor of the state. That's the truth. But hey, they've started, and they will grow like that. That is it. Don't just want to jump at it. It's not done unless you want to commit political suicide. And that explains why most of them lost. If you want the best of administration, anybody, put a woman in charge of money. On the average, that money is safer than in the hands than that of a man. They are just ready to be there. Unfortunately, the percentage of women in this country, the advantage has not been taken of that. I don't know what happened to the Beijing conference again. I don't know why women don't want to support women again. If women put their mind together and say, let us present this woman, all women, that's the person we want, I bet you that person will win the presidency. And then government must equally give adequate attention to them. In the formation of the new administration, at least about 50% should go to women. Another 50% to the youth. The 70% for those older ones who had already been shown the yellow card. So let's encourage the youth too. Then technology must be used to the extent that don't wait. I don't believe in the idea of or to get to a collation point, you will have your results. Let technology be used. Announce the results per polling unit. Really? Yes. Announce the results by polling unit.
Yeah, but that's what is done at the polling unit level.
You are told that you should not take it. Like INEC said, until the pronouncement is made, we should not take any result.
But the point there is, if INEC has to officially announce all the results by polling unit, it's going to take a month.
No.
For a presidential election, for instance.
No. I
to announce results.
I disagree with you.
Okay.
All 3 units conduct the election the same day. When it's announced, so there is INEC representative there now. Just for this polling unit, this is it. Then transmit it. All those there would be there.
But that's what is done.
Those ones are not taken. They were not taken immediately. All those who took the figures, there was this caveat that no temporary figures. So it's only when the national body releases the figure that you have the figure.
No. I think let's put it in a context that people don't get confused.
Yes.
The point there is, at the polling unit, where the voting is taking place, the moment the voting is over,
they count.
They count
Very
in
good.
the presence of everybody.
Yes.
And then everybody knows the figures.
Yes, and they sign.
And then that same result, party agents will sign.
Yes.
The voters, whoever you want to record, you want to snap, you snap, whatever the thing is.
Yes.
And then INEC, it behoves INEC now, or the officials there, to now transmit or transfer, whichever one, the results from there to the local government level, and then everything is collated.
Yes.
So at the polling unit, everybody already knew or everybody knows what the results are.
Not everybody. Those who knew are the party agents. What I'm telling you is that at that polling unit, after the party agents have signed, let INEC say, ladies and gentlemen, results for this unit. Thank you. I'm forwarding to the local government.
Yeah, but that's what's done.
Nobody. They don't read it out. They just sign.
So what difference would it make?
What you read out is a pronouncement. It's a pronouncement. You can't deny that.
Yeah, but we can't pronounce a candidate winner
I'm
two
not
times.
saying, no, I'm not saying you are getting this from my brother.
Okay.
I'm not saying you should pronounce the winner.
The result.
Hey, just say this is the result. I'm forwarding this to the local government for further collation.
Yeah, but that is what is done there. That's why
Because
the moment you count,
you know what?
the moment you count,
What will happen is this.
Yeah.
That voice declaration is recorded.
Yeah.
Do you know that most of the time, what gets to the local government are at times tampered with on the way? It's tampered with on the way.
yeah, but if it does, that is why the court is also there.
Hey.
And they say, okay, if you know that the result that we all witnessed.
Must we provide job for lawyers because of our politics?
No, the point there is, in every contest, to be frank, in every contest,
yes,
people have edges or comparative advantage than others.
Yes.
It's possible some persons have more money. It's possible some persons have more access, whatever the thing is.
Yeah.
So if somebody wields his area of comparative advantage that is outside the acceptable standard of the law, and you notice that happened, you go to court.
Definitely, yes.
So it's as simple as that. But in the situation where all of us are desperate to get, of course, everybody is going to wield where you have areas of edge. You're going to deploy your area of edge than the other person. It's very normal in a game.
Do you know that area of edge will not come up? Because the person who read out is that person who has been sent there to conduct. It's not the person who will be brought in by anybody. You have all seen right from the beginning. He pasted the register. He arranged his place. He's seated. He's doing everything. Then the party representatives are there. It's about just saying, at the end of the elections, this, thank you, I'm forwarding to headquarters. Let us have it, let us do that for once and see what will happen. It will reduce a lot.
All right.
See. Then the technology.
Okay.
I agree that I want to give, maybe, if that is correct, I give kudos to the chairman of INEC, because I learned that INEC's server was hacked more than 1 million times. So I heard.
Well, the report was that there was attempted attacks, cyber attacks in Nigeria, 12 million, over 12 million times. And on the day of election, the presidential election had about 7 million attacks. It wasn't just INEC. It was generally.
Very good. And because that happened, they could not just do the fading, which is correct. Which is go ahead. We will be having different figures now. This one will attack put this one figure, that one will attack put this one figure, and that will have caused a lot of pandemonium now. And so that we're able to avoid that impasse, I give that to INEC. But let us look into the new technology in place. I have never heard about American server being hacked during election. Let us, if you know that there will be a particular period when hackers will be around the corner. Let's leave the elections out of that.
But there were allegations that Russia interfered in the election, the US election.
No, that you said it, allegation.
Of course. It remains allegation.
World powers, no, that's world power politics. You should know that world power politics. World power politics. That's it. Then I couldn't want to believe that Nigerians too, we need to reorientate ourselves. Until we all believe that there is no country. If anything happens in this country, Ghana, Togo, Dahomey, Upper Africa, they're all in trouble. Because they can't take us. We will rot them out of their countries. So in that case, let us know that this is the only country we have. Whatever we are doing, let's have at the back of our mind that there is no other country but Nigeria. Therefore, let us have that rebirth. Whether you are Yoruba, Igbo, let's have that rebirth. Okay? I'm a Nigerian. You must contribute to the success of this plan. So you don't need to go there, cast your vote, wait. You don't need to go and snatch this, snatch that. No, it's not in the interest. And that is where government should do a lot of enlightenment. I don't know what NOA is doing. National Orientation Agency. I don't know. In those good old days, before the election, we would have had different jingles.
The days of MAMSA.
God bless you. There was time when the Nigerian youths, all of them almost ran out of the country. It was NOA that saved Nigeria. What's that name again? Don't rush out. Andrew. Yeah, Andrew, don't check out. Nigeria be better. And then I that wanted to jeopardy them. They stayed. Yeah. So what is that agency doing? So they need to revigorate that agency, get some more people committed, and then come out with jingles that will make Nigerians feel that yes, this is our country. Where am I going? If when you want to do anything bad, they might you remember that jingle. You say, no, Nigeria go spoil from behind.
Yeah, but the point there is, in matching that jingle, because that jingle in itself would not change anything if government doesn't match that jingle with the actual dividends or the things they want to see. Because you're talking about employment, you're talking about infrastructure, you're talking about security, you're talking about financial capacity and even human capacity development. If all of these things are not in place or they don't see government ensuring that we have these things, housing and so on, then it's still, the jingle is not going to be the one to transform. That government must do its own part. And that on its part is to ensure that dividends of democracy go around. Dividend does not mean until you distribute money for them. I've told you, the mere fact that you have pronounced education free up to certain level is dividends of democracy. The mere fact you are back on construction of houses, housing estates, that will be affordable to the poor, not necessarily that to go and say 100 million. No, you are just being you are not being realistic. Any estate that is more than 50,000, any room and parlor that's more than 50,000 naira for the poor is punishment, and it can be done. It can be done. These are the things I'm saying. When all the rules are dealt with, when you have power supply almost every time of the day, like I said, Nigerians will find job for themselves. I know that one. Let there be power supply for 24 hours. Let the roads be good. Let there be security. Nigerians will find job for themselves.
Right. Now, there's this aspect that also came up during the election, because of the elections, cancellation of votes and overvoting, and the fact that when that happens, everything is cancelled. And the party agents came up to say that the INEC should begin to review that aspect because that could engender voter apathy at some point, where because they come out to vote, and then because there's some event of overvoting and all of that, you're cancelling a whole polling unit, that begins to make people feel that their effort and their vote doesn't count.
Yes, you are correct. Maybe I'll come to the other side, but you are correct. The second one is that, do you know that opponents can actually go to a particular polling unit where they know that their colleagues have that opportunity and deliberately do all this so that the votes of that area can be cancelled?
Right.
So that's, I know what to do. We'll spoil your chances. And you just go and cause one or get somebody to go and cast his vote twice, or somebody to go and cast his vote without going through the beavers. By the time you not count, it's more than what the beavers has accredited. Said, cancel the votes done by your opponents. Not because it really happened. Right. Nigerians are very funny. Right. They could do that.
Right.
They could do that. So the point is that it is our conscience. That's what I'm saying. We must have a national rebirth. Let us think like Nigerians. That if I do this for this man, how because I don't want him to win? Have I really done the right thing? Won't I be dealt with sooner than later? If you have that conscience, you will not do it. That's one. Then number two, I think INEC too must find a way of doing that. If there is anything like that, there should be a way of sifting the wood from the shaft. You don't just do outright cancellation. It could be discouraging to those who genuinely went there to cast their votes, who came out aside at 7 o'clock, stayed under the sun. After getting them, you will use Panadol and Prophesic everything at the same time. And with Alabuku. And you are now saying you are canceling.
Do we still have that thing?
We need to wrap things up here now, but we must thank you, Muyiwa Okunlaja, Public Affairs Analyst, for your time on the program.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.